Hi, welcome to Ziddy's NeuroFitness. I'm David Zid. Over the past 22 years, we've taught so many people how to get to the floor and get back up. If you haven't been to the floor in a long time, think about how different your life is. Going to the floor and getting back up is a very freeing feeling. And I know that might sound strange, but if you're sitting there and you're one of these people that hasn't been to the floor in a long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a practice that you're gonna do before you need it. So don't just wait until 3 o'clock in the morning when you've fallen and you're in your underwear and all of a sudden you can't get off the floor. You're gonna do this in the middle of the day when you feel good and you're fully dressed and you don't need to be on the floor. That's when we're gonna practice this. This is how we're gonna start this process, guys. We're gonna grab a chair, any kind of chair, not a wheeled chair. We're gonna grab the seat, and all we're gonna do is back up and bend your knees. That's it. That's the whole move. We're just gonna bend the knees and come back up. Bend the knees and come back up. That's what I want you to do the first few times. Okay, now let's go a little bit deeper now. We're gonna take any kind of ball or maybe a cushion off your couch, something that just has some height to it. I want you to grab that seat and we're gonna touch that with your knee. That's it, just touch it and then come back up. Touch it and come back up. Repetition range somewhere between 2 and 5. It doesn't have to be a lot. We're gonna do the same thing on the other knee. I grab the bottom of the chair, I tap and come back up. I tap and come back up. Obviously, I'm going a lot faster than you need to. Take your time. Again, practice before you need it. Okay, so now we're several practices into this. Maybe it takes days or weeks. That's okay. Take your time. We're gonna get rid of this ball and we're gonna come down and we're gonna touch the floor with a knee and come back up. All right, got it? Touch the floor with the knee. I'm hanging onto the bottom of the chair. I might have a very wide stance. I need you to be able to do this at your comfort level, so don't go into pain. We tap the floor and come right back up. We would do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now days or weeks go by, you've been practicing, and now comes the big finale. I put a knee on the floor, and then I put the other one, and I'm on the floor by now. Okay, that's one way to do it. You would come back up by putting the leg up and standing back up, or we've got a lot of folks who do it this way. They back up and they put both knees down. And then when they come up, they just come right back up. So many variations of this that we've taught over the years. Be creative, be safe, and practice before you need this. Grabbing the side.
Stop it.
Hold on, no. Just keep rolling.
Really? Okay.
Grabbing the bottom of the chair, putting one knee down, or both knees down. By the way, you're on the floor now. Congratulations. Okay, Ziddy, I'm on the floor. What do I do now? We're on the floor. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to crawl. We're gonna just crawl forward and backwards. That's it. And there's a lot of folks that have knee replacements and they say, hey, my doc told me not to ever kneel. That's not true. You can kneel on your prosthesis and it won't hurt it. Now, it might be discomfort. It might not be comfortable kneeling on your knees, but you're not gonna hurt that prosthesis, okay? So you just don't scrub the bathroom floor anymore, okay, on your knees. Don't do that anymore. But we are perfectly fine to do this drill. Now, I'm gonna tweak this. I'm gonna put a little brain exercise in here because you know we love brain here. When we walk forward and backwards on our knees and hands, I want you to use your opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, and my head goes up. This turns into a really great brain drill, but you guys, what's happening here is you're reteaching how to move around on the floor. And I know it sounds silly, but if you haven't been to the floor in a long time, this makes a lot of sense to you. Okay? So that's what we're gonna do first. All right, once you get that done and you feel comfortable getting down and then getting back up, this is some additional material for you. So another exercise is hip to all fours. And simply put, that just is under control. You go to one side, so I'm on my hip now, and yes, you're gonna be tight, yes, it's gonna be hard. You can always go down to the elbow if you need to, but we're gonna try to get to your hip and then back to all fours, like this, all right? And then we go hip to all fours. Now, if that's more difficult, here's another way to get that done. Now remember, friends, we're practicing, and that's important to know. You have to practice this first. So you get a training partner, right? Jackie, you're such a massive training partner. We're gonna grab just a normal towel, put it around your waist, and let someone help you. If you're having problems with hip to all fours, we're gonna have someone help you, lower you down, all right? And then she's gonna help me get back up. So you're gonna pull a little bit, yeah, exactly. And most of the time, that helper won't really need to help you a whole lot. Just a few pounds of help is really worthwhile. Let's do the other side, Jackie. So we're gonna do hip to all fours on the other side. She's gonna help lower me down, and then she's gonna pull me back up and help me up. Yep, there we go, there we go. And I really didn't help her a whole lot. She was able to do that. And you can see the size difference, you guys. You don't need someone very big or strong to help you do that. That's gonna help you get hip to all fours. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, now that you've gotten to hip to all fours, even with or without help, let's turn up the heat a little bit. So now we keep practicing and we keep getting stronger and more flexible. So hip to all fours becomes hip to the elbow, and then back to all fours. And I don't get picky about how you do that. As long as you can get there and get back to all fours, it's all fair game. And let me show you what I mean by that. If I go to my elbow and I just can't get up again, I might go to my chest and then get up into this position. That all works, friends. That all works. All right, turning up the heat again. We go from all fours to a shoulder. Oh yeah, the fire's getting hot down here, isn't it? But you know, if you can think about this, if you can get to this position and get back up to all fours, oh my gosh, all of a sudden, getting to the floor and getting back up is not that difficult anymore. All right, here we go. Here's the full deal. This is what we want to get to at some point, and it might take days, weeks, or even months. It's okay though, because you are practicing and you're in a safe place. We go from all fours. You know it, I'm onto the back. So now, in real life situation, I've fallen, I'm on my back, and I know that I can get back to all fours, crawl to a chair, and then get back up. And isn't that a sweet reward for all your hard work? Okay, we're on the floor on our back. Here's a few different ways to get up. I'm on the back. Oh, by the way, if I'm in my house and the house is not on fire, I could take a nap. You get my drift? It's not an emergency. We're practicing. So I'm on my back. I could do an old-fashioned roll-up and end up in a sitting position and then get my knee underneath me, and we end up in all fours because we've been practicing that. Okay, too hard for you? Okay, no problem. We've got another way to do this. I'm on my back. My legs come up. I get the arm out of the way, just means it's just over here somewhere. And my other hand, my free hand, comes up toward the ceiling, and I'm gonna start reaching this way, and gravity's gonna pull me this way, you guys, and you're just gonna flop. All right, now, this looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? We've been on the hip and on the shoulder, so here we go. All we do is we get back to all fours. Still too hard for you. Okay, let's pull a partner in and show you how to get this done with a partner. Remember, we're practicing right now, so we can prep for this, can't we?
Yes, we can.
We're gonna put a towel on the floor before we get down, and as we go back, we're gonna lay on that towel. And this is however you want to do this, okay? So if I get down all the various ways I showed you before, we're on the back, and here we are. So now we're stuck. Honey, I'm stuck.
This happens a lot, you guys.
Okay, so the towel's in place. Jackie's going to just get my arms out of the way, and she'll explain it as she goes.
So the arm that's closest to me, I'm going to get up and out of the way because he's going to roll toward me. I'm going to help him roll toward me. I'm going
to interrupt you for a sec. You guys, look at the size difference here. This is important, okay? Yeah. Because I'm not going to help her do this.
Yeah. His outside knee, the knee furthest away from me, I want that knee to come up. And if he can't do that on his own, I can certainly help him get this knee up because you want a hand to get under this hip. This outside arm, I'm going to fold over the top of him because I want to get under his shoulder as well. So now he's in great position. I'm going to kneel close to him. I've got a hand under the hip and a hand under the shoulder, and I'm just going to pull, and I'm going to back up, and I'm going to pull, and I'm going to get this arm out of the way, and now I've got him on his belly. And look where this towel is. This towel that we had tucked under to begin with is in perfect position for me to help him get to all fours. So now I'm going to straddle him, and I'm going to pick up each edge of the towel, and I'm going to have him put his arms so he's kind of doing a little bit of a push-up, and I'm going to encourage him to help me. I'm like, I need your help here. So he's going to push a little bit with his arms. I'm in a squat. I've got each end of the towel, and I'm just going to back up, and I'm going to pull, 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 and all of a sudden, he's on all fours, and I have a chair here that he can crawl to. And guess what? He's up.
We're back up. And Jackie, truthfully, how much did I help you?
No, he did not help me, guys. I did that myself. It's body mechanics.
Yep.
But you have to practice this.
Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so we've gotten pretty good at getting to the floor, hip to all fours, getting up off your back and getting to all fours. Let's do one more level of intensity. We're on the back, and I want you to just practice rolling. So the arm we're going towards my right arm, I'm going to get it out of the way, and all I'm going to do is roll. And then I go into my left arm is out of the way, and I just roll. It's literally just practicing rolling, and that's going to help you get off the floor. Another way to practice is being on your back, grabbing your knees, tucking your chin, and we're just going to rock back and forth like an egg. And I can make circles. I can do whatever I want. I'm just rocking a little bit and getting my core a little bit stronger and realizing that I can get off the floor. So this has all been good practice, and here's the finale. We go to the floor, however is best for you. We end up on the back. Head touches the floor. I come up however I want to all fours. And I stand back up. And now you can do that too. Okay, I know there's a lot of you overachievers out there that want to get to the floor and get back up without a chair. Me personally, I don't think you ever need to do that, but here's some ways to do it. You know, there's two ways to get to the floor. A fast way and a slow way. Let's all go the slow way. So everybody out there has a different way to get to the floor. As long as it's slow, I'm in. So I'm going to get to the floor by going one knee at a time. I'm going to put one hand on my other knee. I come down nice and slow. My other hand catches me, and I end up on the floor with both knees. Now, getting up off the floor, I found this to be the easiest way to do that without a chair. I'm on all fours. I have to get to all fours. My feet are wide. I start walking my hands towards my knees. I end up in a very low squat, and then I stand up. And did you see how wide my feet were? Let's do it one more time. So I go to the floor, however you want to, as long as it's slow. I get to all fours. My feet are wide. I walk my hands to my knees. I end up in a low squat, and I stand up. That's how you get off the floor without a chair. Jackie, how beneficial is getting to the floor and getting back up for most of our folks?
Oh, it allows them to feel comfortable going out to dinner again, going over to a friend's house.
Gives them confidence,
Yeah.
reduces stress and anxiety, and I might say, it could fight your depression too.
Yeah.
If you're not scared of the floor anymore, the world opens up and it becomes your oyster.